When President Trump chose me for this position, the primary charge he gave me was to bring the warrior culture back to the Department of Defense. He, like me, wants a Pentagon laser-focused on lethality, meritocracy, warfighting, accountability, and readiness. A small handful of anonymous sources were allowed to drive a smear campaign and agenda about me because our left-wing media in America today, sadly, doesn't care about the truth. All they were out to do, Mr. Chairman, was to destroy me. And why do they want to destroy me? Because I'm a change agent and a threat to them, because Donald Trump was willing to choose me, to empower me, to bring the Defense Department back to what it really should be, which is warfighting.
Out with woke DEI, in with meritocracy and lethality. Tonight, the wildest moments of Democrat senators not talking about how to make America safer or how Biden botched Afghanistan, appeased Iran, instead personally attacking Pete Hegseth. They were trying for their own gotcha moments at his Senate confirmation hearing to be Trump's Pentagon chief. Critics say they did not land a glove on Hegseth. We debate what went down, including this.
Yes or no, did you need an audit?
And the way
yes or no, did you need an audit? Yes or no?
What
are you afraid of? You can't answer this question. Yes or no, did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every
yes
part of my leadership of these organizations has been misrepresented.
I will take that as a no.
Okay, that was Senator Tammy Duckworth going after Pete Hegseth. We're going to show you more of what happened. Retired U.S. Army Special Forces veteran Jim Hanson. We're excited to talk to Jim. He's going to break it down. Plus, there is a brand new recall effort just launched to remove far-left Governor Gavin Newsom from office in California. Plus, the push is also now growing to force L.A. Mayor Karen Bass to resign, both accused of botching it and even negligence in the L.A. wildfires. Those fires right now, at this hour, they're getting even bigger. Actor and former California resident Antonio Sabato Jr. is here just in moments and all of that, plus this story.
The significance of the passage of time, to see what is possible, to see what can be, unburdened by what has been.
Okay, that was Vice President Kamala Harris. She's well known for her so-called word salads. Tonight, we'll show you the new one she just added to her list, this time insulting her own constituents in California, now being slammed by those L.A. fires. Outkick's Tommy Lahren is here to react. We're excited to talk to Tommy, too. She's so smart. But first, this story.
Would you carry out an order to shoot protesters in the legs? Would you use our military to take over Greenland or an ally of Denmark? That sounds to me that you would contemplate carrying out such an order to basically invade Greenland and take over the Panama Canal.
We have hundreds of women who are currently in the infantry, lethal members of our military serving in the infantry, but you degrade them.
I have never disparaged women serving in the military. I respect every single female service member that has put on the uniform. Senator, her child's name is Gwendolyn Hope Hegseth, and she's a child of God, and she's 7 years old.
And she was, and you cheated on the mother of that child.
Those were false charges.
Well,
it was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared. Responsible.
Yes or no, did you need an audit?
And the way
yes
my
or no, did you need an audit?
Stated,
yes or no,
Senator, every
yes or
part
no.
of my leadership
yes
of these organizations
yes
has been misrepresented.
I will take that as a no.
And unfortunately, because of some of the people that have been in political power for the last 4 years, priorities other than standards
right
Okay, the Democrat senators attempted fireworks at Pete Hegseth's Senate confirmation hearing to run the Pentagon today. Senator Chuck Schumer had promised that. Let's see how that all went down. Joining us now, he served in the U.S. Army Special Forces. He's national security expert and veteran Jim Hanson. Your reaction to today's hearings, both Democrat Senators Blumenthal and Warren, Democrats say Hegseth is unqualified. 200 military vets showed up at the hearing to support him, including over 100 Navy SEALs. To you, did it look like they were trying to get their gotcha viral moment? And it looks like it fell flat.
they lost so badly that I feel bad for them. And that's hard to do because I'm not in any way respectful of any of those Democrats who were attacking Pete. It was a shameful circus, and they did that because they're afraid of what he'll actually do when he gets to the Pentagon. They had no substantive attacks on him, so they stuck to their personal arguments. And what's going to happen when he goes into that office, President Trump has tasked him from changing it from a woke social engineering laboratory back into a war-fighting operation. And I couldn't be happier about that.
Yeah, you know, Jim, we've got dangerous situations now. There's a fear now. China is building barges to possibly land in Taiwan. That is lighting up now social media. There's Ukraine, there's Russia, there's Hamas attacking Israel, there's Biden appeasing Iran. No talk of how he botched Afghanistan. No talk of that today. At the hearing, I mean, Hegseth did promise to appoint a senior level official dedicated to sexual assault prevention and response in the military. So, and he said women will have access to ground roles. He also testified that DEI policies that you just mentioned, they're dividing the troops. They're causing U.S. commanders to walk on eggshells. They're not putting meritocracy first. What do you think?
I think Pete is a guy who will put our enemies back in the position of fearing American retaliation and being deterred by that. The best use of the U.S. military is to deter our enemies from bad actions. And you can't do that if they're busy marching around in pride parades and at pronoun practice. They have to be practicing to go to war so that they don't have to fight in a war. And I think they completely ignored that, as you mentioned, and went with baseless attacks on him by anonymous sources, while the media ignored the many people who know him personally, including myself. I've known him since 2007, and he is a quality human being. So I think that the situation now is we will have a military that has a mission of fighting wars or deterring wars, and Pete Hegseth is the guy who can lead us to do that.
You know, and protecting freedom and democracy around the world. Let's get your reaction to this exchange between GOP Montana Senator Tim Sheehy and Pete Hegseth. Watch this.
What is the diameter of the rifle round fired out of an M4A1 rifle?
That's a 5.56.
What do you think our most important strategic base is in the Pacific?
In the Pacific, Guam is pretty strategically significant.
How many rounds of 5.56 can you fit into the magazine of an M4 rifle?
Depends on the magazine, but standard issue is 30.
What kind of batteries do you put in your night vision goggle?
Duracell.
So right there, you're representing qualifications that show you understand what the warfighter deals with every single day on the battlefield.
Listen, he's been in the trenches. He's been in the front lines, right? He knows what it means to put your life on the line for America. You know, you've done that, right, Jim? I mean, you've worked with military veterans. We have military veterans in our world here at Fox. I mean, Hegseth knew all the answers. Now we've got the Senate slated to hold more than a dozen hearings for Trump's cabinet picks. Hopefully they'll get them confirmed. Trump wants them confirmed. He's saying hopefully, you know, right after he's inaugurated. Wrap it all up for us. Your final take on what happened.
I think the Democrats hoped they were going to peel Pete off from the herd with these anonymous smears and baseless accusations, and they failed miserably. And I think that set the stage for a collection of confirmation hearings that is going to give Donald Trump the wartime cabinet he needs as opposed to the peacetime cabinet he had last time.
Jim
They
Hanson.
will do those things. America first.
Come back soon, Jim. Terrific talking to you. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for your service to America.